This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised. Today, 4 more teams take the stage for the very first time. And if it goes anyway like yesterday, well, anything can happen. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Game Changers Championship 2023, coming to you live from the Arena CBLOL here in São Paulo, Brazil. I am your host, Yingsu, and joining me is the return of Baby Bay, and a big warm welcome to you, Sapphire. Welcome.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. My second Game Changers. Second time in Brazil, too, this year. Obviously, I was here for lock-in. It was awesome, but, you know, this is my favorite event of the year.
Amen.
Yeah, it's been wonderful here. The food has been amazing, honestly. Like, we had a crazy dinner last night. It was just phenomenal.
And still, somehow, it wasn't as crazy as some of the things we witnessed yesterday.
Yeah.
And let's get into that right off the bat, because G2, they are coming in. They faced Team Liquid yesterday. And Baby Bay, do you feel like they are in title defending form after seeing that?
Definitely. And like, I didn't know what to expect, you know, for the first land from Sarah, but even she looked great. You know what I mean? So I think that Mimi was calling phenomenally. She's really proactive in the IGL role, and she was dropping bombs last night. It was crazy.
To me, it's wild. Coming into this event, very few people were talking about G2, the returning champions. But I know these players. I've played against them for many years. Like, how can you doubt Mimi and Petra on land? They are so nuts. The new players are slotting in well. Obviously, Glance was here last year and had a hell of a performance in the finals. So to see that team come in, take down the hometown heroes in their opening match, it was exciting, and they're looking good.
Yeah, somehow that role swap wasn't the craziest thing, because you were just screaming, shrieking at me for the entirety of this map.
Yeah, I mean, I think they touched spawn at least like 7 times in this entire thing, and which is impressive because they were just steamrolling every round anyway. But I could not believe it. Like, what we were watching was some PRX times 10 level stuff, and it was just insane.
I mean, it was the talk of the internet yesterday, right? Like, everyone was going wild over these matches, and that's what you love to see. Like, you love to see the hype of Game Changers. People are so invested now, and we're just getting started. Like, I feel like there's going to be some more crazy stuff going down.
Just to backpack off of that real quick, I couldn't believe how on the fly that team SMG was able to just util combo their stuff together just like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, Neri said to me she's never played Cypher before, like, just full stop. But yes, Heather, I think you are right. I think that craziness could be topped, because today Shopify will be taking on EDG, and then we have BBL versus Crew, and then the elimination match between EG versus Team Liquid. Heather, one of EG or Team Liquid will be the first team to go home. I don't think we ever would have predicted that.
No, that doesn't make sense to me, because obviously, like, there's so much hype about EG coming into this, like, taking down what was then version 1 was now Shopify to even get here. So that's wild. And then obviously we have the hometown team. The crowd yesterday was so exciting. And then to see them potentially going out, not expected.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought, especially with the way that Team Liquid started off that series with winning the pistol at the home crowd advantage, I thought that they were going to run away with it. But the resilience from G2, that championship mentality and having all that just reigning supreme over them. And then, yeah, EG, I mean, somebody did predict that, and it was Potter, who's a champion.
The curse.
Yeah.
Maybe she knows, you know, a lot about the game. Maybe.
Yeah, she's nosy. She is the GOAT. She's the GOAT. But I want to know what you guys at home have to say as well, and what you think, because all throughout the event, if you use the hashtag VCT and VCT Game Changers, we will feature some of your tweets right here on the show. And while you are there, you can actually be part of today's show by participating in today's MasterCard fan poll. And the question is, as you can see on your screen, scan the QR code. Which team do you think will shock us the most today? Shopify, EDG, BBL, or Crew? After yesterday, who knows? Really, right? It could be any of them, I feel like.
It really could. Obviously, I think we have probably 2 favorites today, where I feel like yesterday was more of a toss-up, but that obviously then opens up the door for insane upsets from either EGG or potentially Crew.
Yeah, they're going to be put to the test today. And before we get into the matches, I want to put you two to the test. And to an extent, me, because I actually don't know the questions or the answers that we're about to do. So welcome you guys to the Brazil trivia. And I just want to say that the last time we did this in LA, I did horribly. I did so horribly. And so did Sean.
I feel like I'm going to do terrible.
I was screaming. I was watching from the observer room. I was like, Sudo, it's this.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
No.
Well, Heather, you're going to be coming into this strong here. We're going to test all of our knowledge of the country, the beautiful, the lovely country of Brazil, and start with question number 1. And this is actually one that I know the answer to. What is the capital of Brazil, you guys?
I don't even... Rio?
I know the answer to this, and I have a
well.
really weird reason why I know the answer. But it is B, Brasilia.
She is right. It is.
Because when I fly, I stare at the map the entire time. I don't watch movies. I stare at the map. And, like, the capitals usually pop up on the map. And I'm like, oh, what's Brasilia? And I'm, like, looking it up.
No, I remember seeing
it. I'm like, oh, it's the capital.
No.
Yeah, I like that. And the British school system was good to me. Like, I was taught that at school. I also went for Brasilia. That means we each get a point. We are right. Sorry about that, baby. But there's 4 questions. You got time to catch up. Oh, this is a hard one. For the next question, which is, what does the yellow in the Brazilian flag represent? I actually have no idea.
I have no clue. I'm going to go with B.
Happiness?
Happiness.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy here, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm vibing with A, light. Like, it's a little rainy this week, but normally bright, shining sun here. I'm going to go with light.
Okay, just to be different, I'll go for the third one. We'll just get all our bases covered. I actually don't know the answer to this, so...
If one of us win, we all win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh!
No way!
Wow.
Were you that person that presses C on every test?
Yeah.
You fill in the bubble, C down the line?
Yeah. RNG. I'm so good with RNG. So I'm in the lead.
Okay.
All right, question number 3. You guys have no chance.
There's no way.
Okay.
I'm a hockey fan.
What is the name of Brazilian women's soccer player who won World Player of the Year 6 times? This is so easy to me. This is actually just, you have to know this.
Is this a fill-in?
Surely you need to know this. I know the answer, so I'll let you guys go first.
I'm going to go with C.
I'm going C as well.
That sounds great.
The audacity.
I'm changing my answer.
The audacity.
I'm going B.
It's Marta. Marta is so
I'm going
famous. She's at why? I mean, we're about to find out if I'm right. She's a legend.
I feel so bad.
Honestly, I am pretty sure she also currently holds the goal scoring record, either for Brazil or some kind of record. Like, she's scored a lot of goals. Yeah. She's crazy good. She's a very, very good footballer. And next question. I'm really far in the lead now, I feel like. I'm killing it, you guys. Redeeming myself from LA. Name this city.
This is so easy. That's Rio. That is so easy.
Yeah, that's Rio. I was there.
Did you know that if Heather hasn't?
Yeah, I was there. I
shouldn't have gone so hard.
I took that
picture?
No, I didn't take the picture, but I took that tram or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah. I've never been to Rio.
But it was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's very impressive. You remember that. Good memory.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I will go with you guys and say Rio as well, just to try and get on the board still, you know. Carry me. And last, who wrote these questions? They're trying to rig it for me to win. They are hardcore trying to rig it for me to win. How many football... Also, shout out for not using soccer. How many football World Cups has Brazil won?
They used soccer in the one previously, though.
Did they?
Yeah, you said it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay, my memory's not the best. You guys know, I know the answer.
Damn, is it a lot?
I'm not going to say yes or no to that. I know the answer.
I'm going to go with 3.
I'm going to go with...
It could be 5, though. I don't know. I feel like
I'm going to go with 5, yeah.
I'm also going to go with 5. Yeah. I'm going to go with 5.
God, I'm just terrible. And I think I got 1 right.
I feel like I got...
yes.
It's kind of rigged, though, because they just gave all the football questions.
Yeah,
which I just know the answer. What do you like? Next time we'll do a trivia that you're going to be good at.
I don't think people would be relating to hockey as much as football.
Brazilian food. We can do a Brazilian food.
Brazilian food would be fire. That would be cool. That would be cool.
We do a food quiz and a hockey quiz next time.
Watch me. I'm still going to lose.
It's okay. You're good at other things. You're really good at other things.
I appreciate that.
And it's now part of the show where we introduce to you guys the most confusing thing. Stay with me. The introduction, of course, of Shopify Rebellion, but not the Shopify Rebellion that was here last year in the finals, and not the one that nearly didn't make it here this time. It's V1, which kind of also has C9Y as well, Heather.
And not the Shopify that gave version 1 their first map loss this year.
Yes.
The other one.
but also version 1, but not anymore.
But not, yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. So, you know what I mean? And you know what? Maybe this time they'll win with this roster, the Shopify roster, because, you know, they came close last year, but this is the one, right? This is the one that needs to win.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because, like I said, we mentioned C9Y briefly. They do have 2 of the players from that roster, and Sapphire, they're going to be coming into this looking to get that trophy, which I think a lot of people expected them to have last year.
They want revenge. They were I would say a lot of people thought they were the clear-cut favorites last year. They dominated their region and then came in and finished 4th, which honestly, anything less than the finals, I think was a disappointment for that team. So they've got a chip on their shoulder. I think going into this, I think they're going to be happy that they lost against EG, whereas they didn't lose a game coming into last GCC.
Yeah, it is an advantage, like, losing like a series before you go to a LAN, I believe, because if you're not losing, you're not going to learn anything. So if you're just consistently dominating somebody and then you get put into like a diverse situation where like you need to adapt and you don't know what to do, it's going to be tough. But now, like, it kind of gets your head on straight as well. So I think they're going to be in here full effect. I think this is a perfect game for them to warm up on LAN.
Warm up, baby. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah. Another thing I want to just quickly talk about, obviously, they're the 2 members of the previous C9Y. They have a few other players on their team now as well. But what is more scary, I feel like, than Amel and Alexis looking for revenge?
There's nothing. Like, watching them on LAN too, when they get hyped, it's very scary.
Mel is scary.
I feel like EDG's like, oh gosh, wow, they're loud and angry. So yeah, nothing is scarier than that duo.
Yeah, and speaking of Alexis, she is actually standing by right now with Mika Fabs in the arrival interview.
Alexis, do you have time for a quick question? All right, perfect. We have Alexis here from Shopify Rebellion. So what does it feel like going up against a less experienced team in EDG?
Honestly, I'm not going to underestimate anyone, especially after what happened to EG yesterday. So we're just going to play our own game, and hopefully me and Mel's experience can help us out.
That's championship mentality right there. Best of luck to you.
Oh, she's always so confident. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to root against them or even doubt their abilities, Baby Bay, when they know exactly what their game plan is.
Yeah, and I like what she said there. I like that she said that they're not underestimating them at all, and I think that's really important going into this because, I mean, with how they played last year in that championship final, losing to Shopify, who they beat consistently throughout the year, I know that they kind of feel like they wish
it's
they
almost a bit of a
had that
change in the
mentality.
mindset, because I feel like Alexis 2022 would have said, like, we're feeling good, like this is a win for us kind of thing.
Oh, like an easy
kind of thing. And I like that they're saying, you know what, anything can happen, and we're taking it one game at a time.
And I also like the experience. I know Mika was alluding to the fact, obviously, on paper, I don't even think it's comparable this time how much experience some of these players have. And more importantly, LAN experience, which, Baby Bay, is really, really important.
Yeah, it's really important, especially playing in front of a crowd like this. Like, the crowd was going crazy yesterday, like absolutely bonkers. So, and we were hearing from multiple players that, yeah, like we could hear like the chants and everything going on and the rumbling and all this stuff. And that makes players nervous. But there's also those players that can feed off of it.
Exactly. There's just a lot of jitters you got to get out when you go to LAN. Like, even like setting up your equipment for the first time, and like, this isn't the computer I'm used to. Like, all of that's some experience gained that a lot of other teams might not necessarily have. So you're already going into it feeling a little more confident. You feel like you've got your setup in a good place, and you just want to play kind of just like you're at home. And if you can tune out the crowd, that's even better.
All right, it's been like 20 minutes, and we haven't spoken about Fluorescent. That's a crime. That is
impressive.
It was hard not to. It was hard not to.
I mean, yesterday I spoke about some of the players that are very highly anticipated that we want to see on the global stage, and Fluorescent has to be #1, surely.
Yeah, Fluorescent is definitely a GOAT right now. I honestly think partnership level ready. I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised teams aren't even trying to poach her right now because she's ready. She's ready.
All you want to do is scout.
for the championship league.
Maybe
Listen, I've had the pleasure of playing with her in ranked and scrimming against her dropping bombs on me, all this stuff, her carrying me in ranked, and she always asks me, she's like, "How are you so good, baby? How are you so good?" I'm like, "Have you not seen yourself play the game at all? Like, what do you mean?" But she's so humble about it, and I think that's what makes her so great.
She is, yeah. I was just gonna she doesn't realize, I think, how good she is sometimes. And like, even if you don't watch Game Changers, like, you know who Fluorescent is because you see those highlight clips on social, you see them on Reddit. They're clips that like I don't see even players in partnerships pulling off sometimes.
And the craziest thing is she gets it developed under the guidance of Mel and Alexis.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can get better than that. And speaking of them, Mel and Alexis, they are an incredible duo on the server. But let's find out how well they really know each other.
Welcome to the latest and first edition of the hottest show on the internet, Duo Qs. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I have Alexis from Shopify Rebellion. Again, congratulations, by the way. That's new news. And then congratulations as well, Mel. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies, the game is very simple. We're going to ask you a question about the other. You guys are going to write the answer, see if you guys know how well you guys know each other. And then we'll tally things up at the end and see if you guys truly are as good of friends as you say that you are, or if we're just going to shatter friendships and relationships and all chemistry.
No, we should be good.
Before the tournament.
This year was our 1,000 day anniversary of being on the same team together. Was this year?
And we've known each other for like 7 years.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
this is surely a good game for us to play.
Do you guys count that?
Yeah.
I did. I actually
We had it
went
on our
onto the
calendar.
website.
Yeah.
I literally marked it and I like surprised her. I was like, "Hey, by the way, today's the 1,000th anniversary."
Was there a gift exchange?
Maybe we won a scrim that day.
Nice.
Maybe
That's
we
huge.
won-
Maybe we want to scrum.
All right, let's get started. First question, very simple. What is the other person's cat's name?
Oh, this is free.
I don't want to spell it. Okay, I'm trying my best.
All right, I'm ready.
All right,
Okay.
and reveal.
Is it Amon? Ammon?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I
you got
didn't-
it.
I didn't
It's
know how to spell
Amon,
it.
but we pronounce it
Oh,
Amon.
Amon.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it.
And Ori, both of those are correct?
Yeah, those are
Omen,
correct.
Ace, and Spike
Yeah.
are twins. Those are adorable
Notice
cat names, by
something.
the way.
Give it a moment. What is something that is interesting about these? It's Valorant, all of it.
This question's for you. What is Alexis's current Discord avatar?
Not my server profile.
No.
My actual one.
Okay,
We are
it's
causing
there's
problems.
red and black, or it's all black.
I do want to say it is red.
Sorry,
and
I
black.
just said it out loud, but let me draw it. I got you guys. Hold
You're gonna
on.
draw it?
Yeah,
This gets extra points just because she's drawing it, if nothing else.
dude, it's hard.
Well, yeah, you're drawing a Discord avatar. I'm actually really curious as to
I'm
what she's
also
gonna show.
curious. Yeah. Okay.
What is
it's a girl-
happening?
It's a
So-
girl with like black hair, and it's giving goth emo. She has a
Okay.
knife on her bracelet or her necklace.
So
I mean.
I don't think she has a necklace on, but she also doesn't look that quite sad.
Oh,
But you were right about the red and black because she does have black hair and it's a red background.
is that better?
Yeah. I think so. I think that's accurate.
Alexis, what is Mel's favorite day in the gym?
Oh, they asked a good one.
Wait.
Who is this? Who did the research?
Wait, I
for
know
this
it's push or
one?
pull. It's one of those.
Think wisely here.
Okay.
There was a lot at stake. You should be careful. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, whenever you're ready. Pull day?
You were really close. It's push.
It was push.
Yeah,
I thought it was the
50-50.
one that we did together, and I know we did pull.
You remembered that. That gets
Yeah.
bonus points. I worked out with her once, and we did pull, and that's how she remembered it.
Wait, how many times have you guys worked out together?
Like once.
Once? Okay, then that
No, no,
is
no.
that is. I mean, yeah, that gets bonus points. I
It
respect
was
that.
once before a tournament, and I didn't account for the fact that if it's your first time, you will be very sore for a week.
Oh, you messed her up,
arms
didn't
were
you?
sore for literally 5 days.
At a tournament. What do you? I
We
mean,
We were
boot
boot camping. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's
You
why
messed
I got
her
the
up.
experience. Yeah.
you learned. You moved on.
Exactly.
I had a 50-50 shot. Unlucky.
Alexis's favorite show.
This is
It's so easy.
like I don't even like, bro. I'm about to just draw it. Like
Wait,
it's so free.
She's got a lot of confidence in her
He
drawing. Yeah.
does.
Friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah?
just
Friends,
revealed
my
it.
favorite show.
Really?
I've seen every episode of Friends probably 50 times.
She plays it to sleep every night.
Yeah, I do. It's always
go to
on my
sleep.
TV.
I think I'm surprised.
Yeah.
So I was
Friends
just
is
really
dope,
excited
though.
to flip
Yeah,
it.
Friends is awesome.
I love Friends.
All right, and then last question I have for you. I'm going to ask you the same question. Mel's favorite show.
Okay, I'll just think of it and maybe you'll catch it.
Okay,
when I
can you
think of
send it to me?
Yeah, I'm
Like
sending
through
it
my
to you.
brain? Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, can I give you a hint? Can I
Yeah.
give you a hint?
I need a hint.
Because there's a lot.
All right,
I
yeah,
watch
yeah.
those
We'll do a
constantly.
hint,
It's a cartoon.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I should just leave. I will actually
I
exit.
genuinely what teenage
Impossible Girl.
teenage demographic cartoon.
Legend of Korra.
I've never seen that. I don't even know
Avatar.
how
That's
to
such a
play
good
it.
show.
Airbender.
I think the jury's out on whether or not you guys are actually friends, given how things transpired at
hate
the
each
very end.
Yeah,
basically.
we don't like each other. I don't even know your middle name, to be honest.
You guys don't?
No, I do.
I know yours.
Do you?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait,
Marine.
my middle name or
I thought you were gonna do mine.
We're done. We're out of here. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Oh, they are so real for that. They are so real for that. I reckon we could do that about Taylor Swift.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Your favorite Taylor Swift song is All Too Well.
Of course.
Taylor's
10-minute version.
10-minute version.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Do you know mine? Yours is
Oh.
yours is from Speak Now. I know that.
Here's
Yours
I
is mine.
forgot.
Yours
It
is
was
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite song.
No.
It's my
Marjorie
favorite song.
Cardigan.
No, it's a bad question because I don't have a favorite. It's too many.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay, well, that's not
we'll
fair.
do this another time. We'll do this another time. But Shopify, they're going to be taking on EDG, who are at this point, Sapphire, almost an unknown entity on the global stage and even domestically, haven't quite played all that many games.
Yeah, they haven't played a ton of officials. Like, a few of these players had played together last year, and they got, kind of close to making it, but not far enough. So the team has just come together, and again, not a ton of officials to get here, but, like, what we've seen so far is incredibly impressive. And I think there's going to be a lot of hype around these players once you see them in action.
Yeah, I think the problem here is that they're missing their star player, their star duelist. Now, Blue has looked great on the Rays, by the way. Honestly, great, but the problem is she's only played 3 matches. And we're at a LAN, a global LAN against some of the best in the world. Well, not some, the best in the world. And it's going to be a big, big challenge, but at the same time, they don't really have a lot of pressure going into this, you know what I mean?
3 matches ever, right? Like, not just 3 matches with EDG.
3 matches competitively, ever. Yeah.
Well, I think those 3, to be fair, were on LAN too. So
that's good.
That is
you
got
LAN
a little
experience
there. Got the LAN experience. That's more than some players.
I mean, we spoke about this yesterday. We spoke about this yesterday already of players as substitutes, potentially filling in for their star player. How do you think this one's gonna go?
It's hard in that the player that they're filling in for is like statistically the most dominant player in all of GC, even higher than Fluorescent. When we look at Fluorescent stats, you saw a lot of number 2s. Number 1 was the player that is not going to be here today. So Blue's got big shoes to fill, but again, has been studying from the team. A lot of the players have been helping him in the server. So
yeah, I mean, I heard that Legion, the player, isn't here. She has been helping Blue quite a lot just to make sure she catches up and feel comfortable here. So I feel like potentially that could work out for them. But for now, let's send it back to Mika Fab, who is catching up with Clem.
Wawali, do you have time for a quick question? Okay, perfect. We have Wawali here from EDG, and we have Wendy to help us translate. Wawali, everybody's wondering how the team is dealing with these sudden roster changes.
其实就是我们队伍的核心一直是荔枝，然后在世界赛上候补也让我们非常的紧张，但我们会努力去用新的阵容跟新的一些战术啊沟通去磨练，对。
So definitely Legion is our key player, and we play around Legion a lot previously. So this times in the big tournaments, we need to like the sub player Blue to sub in. We were a little bit nervous as well, but definitely we're going to try our best to make the full preparations to surprise you guys maybe with the new draft and also the new strategies in the actual games.
Well, we wish you guys the best of luck. 谢谢.
Thank you.
Oh, that is music to my ears,
ISO?
you guys. Five duelists? Five duelists, anyone?
Let's go.
Yeah?
Let's go. I'm in for it.
I mean, is that the approach that you need to have, though, to go up against someone like Shopify? Do you just want to surprise them and just throw their prep out the window?
I mean, honestly, it's part of being the underdog. Like, they don't know what to expect. You know, like, Shopify doesn't know what to expect out of EDG, in my opinion. And if you come out with a whole new strategy, it can really throw them off guard. And when you're running these new strategies, as crazy as they are, if you have no pressure doing it, you're going to perform really well.
Yeah, and they have, like, you know, a small advantage in the sense of, like, there isn't a ton of tape on them, right? So they can do a lot of surprise things. Like, you don't want to play timid. You want to just pull something out of your hat. You want to completely throw off any of Shopify's prep. And we know that Mel and Effie's are very, very good at prepping. So that's got to be one of your strategies here to take him down.
I'm glad you mentioned Mel, because we potentially have one of the craziest stats I think I have ever seen in Valorant, full stop. Because if you compare EDG's experience in Valorant not to Shopify, just Mel, this is the discrepancy. By the way, this is everyone on EDG put together. This is not the team. This is their entire team's games combined.
Yeah, this is insane to look at. I can't even fathom how many matches Mel has played. She's an absolute veteran, but to surpass an entire roster, that's absurd.
Almost double.
Yeah.
I've never seen a sound like that. So, yeah, you know, Mel, not just as a player on LAN and as IG, everything is in her face.
You have to laugh at it.
Yeah, it is fun. But, you know, I'm sure EGG is like, they're probably looking forward to do this against, you know, Mel is a legend in this game. And, like, to be honest, it's an honor, too, to play against someone like Mel.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of the EDG players here. They're kind of like fangirling a little bit over Fluorescent, too. I think they respect them a lot, which is why I'm super, super excited to see what they have in store for us. But another interesting stat I want to dive into is EDG's plant time, because they are overwhelmingly baby base slower than everyone else.
Yeah, and I was talking to you about this earlier. It can actually be beneficial to play a slow-paced game on LAN, because like there's nerves coming out, people make mistakes, and having a slow approach and not making any mistakes yourself by defaulting and not dying early in the round, I think it can be really intimidating and cause a lot of hesitation.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of what Team Liquid was last year, too. They always talked about how we just want to force our opponents to make mistakes, force them to come into this. And so EGG looking to do something like that. Obviously, players like Fluorescent, even when Sarah's playing on Duelist, too, they're going to be very aggressive. And so maybe EGG's counter to that is what they've done in their regional games is play incredibly slow.
I mean, you're seeing this on 3 different maps, clips we're showing you. And on Sunset just now, they were planning with 6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds left, but you seem to think that's a good thing.
I mean, it could definitely be a backhanded sword, you know, like it definitely stab you in the behind, you know. But like I said, if they are able to catch out the aggressiveness of Floor and Sarah on this duelist role, then it could be beneficial to them. And it won't matter what time it is, as long as they're all confident going into the site with the 10 seconds left or whatever they need, you know. A person that was really keen on this was actually like one of my best friends and my teammate, Poised. He was always like, listen guys, don't worry, I don't care if it's 10 seconds left, 20 seconds left in the round. If I call you guys back to this site and there's like no limited time left, just be confident and let's get it done. And it wins us a lot of rounds, so I think it could work.
Yeah, and they're one of only a handful of teams have also played Sunset as well. And I know that this is the comp you and Ender were talking about yesterday that you're really big fans of. So this could potentially be a good pick for them.
Yeah, I really like this comp. I think in this whole series, unless they are truly going to be running some crazy comps, it will be a lot of mirrors across the board. The hero pools really fit, almost like key, like roll to roll. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I hope we get some Sunset on this. I know that it's not a map that Shopify, I was going to call them B1. Shopify was originally playing. But, you know, they play a lot of co-ed events as well, and I saw them dabbling in a little Sunset, so maybe we'll see. But I'm sure EGG would love to see that as well pulled out.
Yeah, and it's time to see what you guys at home had to say for our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you who you think will shock us the most, and you voted for BBL. Do they mean shock as in like they're going to win so dominantly, you think?
That's not, yeah, maybe, because that is not a shock. BBL coming into this is one of the favorites for this event, but I guess it's just, you know, maybe we're gonna see Vanya and LAN for the first time and people are so shocked about of crazy shoes. I don't know. I don't know.
I want to know why.
I don't think we're going to see anything shocking out of that.
I think the fans just saw BBL and they're like, we're voting. We love BBL.
Yeah.
They've got a huge fan base.
Yes, the Turkish fans. Who would you pick then? If
I
you
probably
had to
would
choose?
pick Crew. I think that they're going to run some crazy comps, and I think that would be the biggest upset of the day, honestly. So I think that I'm going to choose Crew for that, but that being said, I still don't think that it's going to actually happen, but who knows, you know what I mean? We've seen crazier things.
I actually like that pick. Also, the hometown heroes too, in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, for now, our coaches, they are ready for map picks. So let's get this show started. Day 2 of Game Changers Championship 2023 starts right now.
I think it is important to be relaxed on stage, keep yourself in the bubble, and just focus on yourself.
To be honest, the 35-0 streak, it doesn't make me feel arrogant or complacent. I don't really see it as something I'm satisfied with yet.
I'm really happy that I'm getting to prove myself on G2.
I really want to make APAC proud, and I hope that I can bring the trophy for APAC back home this year.
You either adapt or you lose. I'll see you on stage, SMD.
Mi equipo Visa Crew Blaze se caracteriza por ser agresivo. Somos muy unidas como equipo, pero por sobre todas las cosas somos perseverantes.
BBL olarak bizi özel kılan şey şu, hepimiz çok yakın arkadaşız, iletişimimiz çok iyi ve hepimiz Türkiye eğilimine sahibiz.
Personalmente para mí es como llegar a la meta que siempre soñamos. No hay nada que se interponga en nuestra confianza como equipo.
Biz de BBL Queens olarak buraya ülkemizi en iyi şekilde temsil etmeye geldik ve bunun için çok gururluyuz.
Visa Crew Blaze viene con ganas de hacer historia.
You will soon see we are the queens of the VCT.
I think what I went through last year was necessary for me to grow as a player, and I've grown a lot as a leader, both inside and out of the game for this year.
对自己是有信心，但是我们还是会做，就是尽力做好自己，就是该做的事情。
You need to have that air of confidence around you because you always need to believe that you can win a tournament, whether you're the underdog or the favorite.
看了男队 EDG 在其他不同的比赛当中慢慢赢得了胜利，然后往上，然后我会觉得说我们其实也做得到，然后也会想要更努力去打出更好的成绩。
To EDG, I'll say, let's both bring our best and have a good game.
等着瞧，我们会证明 CN 赛区也是可以打败你们的。
So we're starting the map selection process for SR versus EDG. EDG has a higher seed, so start choosing if wants to be Team A or Team B. EDG?
Team B.
Okay, Team B. So we start with SR banning a map.
We ban Split.
Split, okay. EDG bans a map.
We ban Breeze.
Okay, Breeze. SR picks a map.
We pick Haven.
Haven. Side on Haven for EDG.
We pick Attack.
Attack, okay. Map pick for EDG. We have Sunset, Ascent, Bind, Lotus.
Okay, we pick Sunset.
Sunset, okay. Side on Sunset for SR.
We pick Attack.
Attack, okay. So second set of bans, SR bans.
We ban Bind.
Bind, okay. A ban for EDG. We have Ascent or Lotus.
I ban
Ascent or Lotus?
I ban Ascent.
Okay, so Lotus is the sider. Side on Lotus for SR.
We pick Defense.
Okay, that's it. So I'm gonna just run it back. SR picked SR banned Split, EDG banned Breeze, SR picked Haven, EDG picked Attack on Haven, EDG picked Sunset, SR picked Attack on Sunset. Second set of bans were Ascent for SR and Bind for EDG. Lotus is Decider, SR starts defending, okay? Okay, that's it. Good luck, have fun. Thank you guys, sorry for this.
Mel alone has played more matches than all of EDG combined, but on this stage, anything can happen. We've seen it in the past, we've seen it yesterday. I know you guys are both leaning towards Shopify, but after seeing the way the EDG are handling themselves, how confident they are, I don't know. I think it might be closer than we think.
I think so. They're having fun with it. They don't look necessarily nervous walking onto the stage. They were vibing. They're doing somersault, tumbling. So really good vibes from the team. Obviously, they, going into this as underdog, you have to recognize you have nothing to lose at this point. Like obviously you're playing against a favorite, but just relax. Play your own game going into this match.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, I got to give Clem the Selly of the tournament so far. I think she had the best one. The little barrel roll there, that was sick. And just some fun facts. They're 3-1 on Haven, but their most recent loss was a 13-6 loss. And that was with their star duelist, Legion. So, I don't know what's going to happen on this map, but I think the fact that they started on attack and they are a slow-paced team, maybe that slow paceness can affect the gameplay of Shopify.
Yeah, Haven's a tough one because when you think of Mel and her IGLing, Haven is the most legendary map for her to call on. This team almost never loses Haven. I think they dropped one game in the last year. So this is going to be a tough one, but when we look to that second map where EDG has played a little more in GC, maybe they got an advantage there.
I mean, I like the way that they picked the Sunset, They're obviously confident about it, and I think it's good for them. But this first map, I think you guys are right. It's going to be a very, very tough start. However, surely if you are EDG, you're expecting this. They probably put a lot of their prep into knowing that they have to play Haven.
Yeah. The thing is how is Clem going to be playing, or what is she even going to be playing? I think it's going to be the Jet. That's what we've seen. That Blue is filling in for Ray's maps, and Clem is now picking up the Jet that Legia was formerly playing. So how is the calling going to be on the duelist role? Because in my opinion, it's really hard to call on duelist. I tried it for a little bit in my time, and it was almost impossible to be dialed in on my op. It was so hard to sit there while I'm looking at minimap and somebody peeks me and I op them.
Yeah,
so.
And do you know what's even crazier and more pressure that you might face is that you're looking over to your screen and you're going up against Fluorescent.
Yeah.
Fluorescent is going to be the person that's going to try and shut you down, Sapphire. They got so much to do today.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. Yeah, when you put it into that terms and Fluorescent's facing you down and you're the IGL and you're supposed to be dashing in.
Yeah.
I suppose that is a lot of pressure. I doubt we're gonna get any necessary surprises. Obviously, Wawali said we're gonna maybe change up the comp in the interview, but it is probably gonna be Clem on that Jet. Blue will play in the Killjoy.
I mean, why not change it up here when you know that this is the bread and butter of Shopify? But on the side of Shopify, anything that you feel like could cause a concern, because when you are so heavily favored, I almost feel like you don't think about that. You don't think about even potentially having a weakness.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I think it was EG that actually did take down then version 1, now Shopify, in the grand finals to even get here, which at the point was a shock too, because we said even coming into that Shopify does not lose Haven. So they've lost it before. Obviously, if I was EGD, I would be studying that tape to seeing how you counter this team on their best map.
I think it's going to be hard to see a world in which Shopify drops this map. I think Fluorescent, just from my experiences, even if you look at her, like all of her clips and ranked, I feel like they're all on Haven. Like she's always doing some crazy stuff on this map, especially around like the A bomb site, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I think she's gonna maybe drop 30 this game. I don't know.
Yeah, you think?
I think it might be a 30 bomb straight up.
That's the thing, but that's what everybody is
We'll find
expecting.
out, though.
When I feel like in the past we've had a lot of players that have never really made a big international tournament. We're super excited about them. We want to see what they can do. But in this scenario, I feel like Floor is not allowed to drop less than 30 because everybody thinks she will. Everybody thinks that's the least that she's going to be able to do. And surely, Sapphire, when that kind of expectation is on you, because people don't just think that she's going to come in here and be good. They are thinking that she's going to come in here and be the best.
It is a lot of pressure on you. Like everyone is talking about this player. I'm sure she's seeing it all over her social when she's checking in, but like there's a lot of pressure on this player to not just make sure they're winning, but they want to see her. The fans want to see Floor on top of the scoreboard.
We do.
Yeah. we do too. I want to see those viral clips for sure.
Yeah. Just piggybacking off of that, I think you're right, and I think what she needs to do is, if she does have a slow start in any of these games, any of these series, don't try to overcook it. Don't try to do too much and try to get these kills that you normally wouldn't otherwise do. Just keep playing your game, and the kills will come. You know what I mean? And I think that having the IGL and the experience of Mel and just the experience of Alexis as well, I think that'll brush over onto her, and I'm sure that they'll keep her like level-headed.
Yeah, and I'll also add like Effie's is just such a really good like level-headed.
He's a veteran.
He's such a veteran, very level-headed coach. Like if Floor is down early and we've seen her like kind of beat herself up when she's not having a good game. It's so funny because when she has like less than 20 kills, she's like, I did terrible, you know. And so she's in that mental. Yeah. Obviously, players like Mel and Coach Effie's like have to get her back in her headspace.
I mean, let's talk about how she can do that on a map, especially like you said, against a team that plays very, very slow. If you're someone who's already, you have tendencies and habits, just fragging out and doing crazy stuff, what is the most important thing you think would be for a player like Fluorescent when you go up against a very, very slow attack side?
I think it's really important that you don't want to start off too passive. Still play the same thing, still go for the same peaks you normally go for. But if you're starting to get punished, then you need to be able to, understand, all right, maybe I shouldn't be taking these aggro timings all the time. I can just sit here and hold, let them come into my crosshair, get the free kills that I can have, be okay with my one and done, and then just play like a retake and just win with my team. Because on paper, like this Shopify team is, I know they lost to EG, but they're the best. They're the best in North America. They were all year. As long as they don't choke again, they should be favorites in this entire tournament.
Floor's actually very good at like setting a good pace, like conditioning the team to watch out for her flanks and like readjusting. Like she's always everywhere across the map. So being able to do that, set the pace, get that early aggro, and then adjust if it's not working. That's what we see Floor do best.
I just hope that she's going to come out swinging. I mean, we've seen players where they made their debut and they're just crazy good on the first map, and the rest is basically history. Thank you to you guys at home for sticking with us, by the way, because we are very, very, very close to the Prime Gaming Agent Select, and to find out whether EDG, they are going to bring something new. If Wawa Lee, what she said was true, she's going to shock us. I mean, after yesterday, I feel like it's got to be like 5 smokes or something to really, really, really shock us. But again, if they do bring something new, I think it'll be very interesting to see how Shopify adapt, because Sapphire, they are one of those teams that can do that. They're not afraid of those changes.
No, not at all. Like we've seen it before. They mix up their comp a lot, and so I don't know. I'm interested to see if we see any surprises here.
Well, we are into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, and let's see where we are going. Well, Blue is not on the. Sorry, Clem is not on the jet this time. It's gonna be Blue.
It is Blue. Okay, interesting. I wonder why, but you know what? I guess it makes sense. It's just slot in 1-for-1 roll, comfortability. It's all there, and I think this is good. I actually think this is good for EDG because, like I was saying, IGLing on the duelist role I think can be very hard, especially if you don't have the reps on doing it.
Yeah, and, you know, as we look at Shopify here, like not too many changes. Sometimes we see that Harbor come in and out with this roster, but the team is really on a comfort.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever played solo Viper. So this is going to be interesting, not having the Harbor as well. And I can't wait to get into game. So let's send it over to your caster. It's Endme, Ender, and Mimi.
Thank you very much, Jinsu. Yeah, super excited to get into this game. The first time that Mel and Alexis played together was 3 years ago, on the very same date this year that this EDG squad got put together to compete in this tournament. They've now made it here. There's definitely an experience gap on that stage, but EDG, I mean, we've seen what China can do this year already in VC.
EDG are a force to be reckoned with, and they're going to be going up against Fluorescent in her LAN debut on the International GC stage. It is going to be so awesome to see what she can bring to the table, and we're already here for the pistol.
And it's EDG starting out on attack. It is their first international debut here.
We'll see what they can do. Already some presence over towards the A side of the map. Shopify putting down sort of an old school Viper wall that slashes off both entrances into the A site and B. While they're getting aggressive down C long, Fluorescent could activate a very quick flank. And EDG, they're pretty locked into this A point at this with Fluorescent so far forward.
You already see players rotated over, and that Viper up can allow them to play this blood, retake the util. It's good for Noya to find the first. Blue is separated from the team, and everyone else is trying to run through these smokes. He's getting cut down. You've seen Alone and Gone as well. Falls on the lurker of Clem.
And the Spy completely trapped on the outside. No Viper wall, I guess, to be able to deal with, but now that his dog clears into short, Clem finds that isolated shot, but the right click isn't connecting.
Oh, no.
Someone shoot their gun. Alexis from behind for the trade.
It's a tragedy to start for EDG, but we're already seeing how strong this comp from Shopify can be. There's just so much stall.
Yeah, the insane stall, especially with EDG sort of running into it there. That Viper wall usually ends up getting thrown over on the C side of the map, and you see an orb placed on A, but EDG are definitely going to have to find ways of baiting out a lot of this stall utility, because they're running through Viper mollies on that side, potential Killjoy problems as well, and Shopify Rebellion very at home here on
No one's going to fist bump Mel?
No one's gonna, somebody, please.
There we go. They're getting warmed up to LAN again. Most of these players new to it all. And they'll get cozy.
Yeah, now we're back to that normal Viper wall over towards C, but one of the big differences for Shopify is this Omen. They have never played this comp with the Omen. It has always been the Harbor for them. That Paranoia, of course, very strong at controlling some lanes. The one ways you can have in post plants, very good as well. But again, we're running through the mollies. That's so much damage onto Blue.
And Blue shouldn't be long for this one. Noya from the back lines plays around that wall to perfection, and the entirety of Shopify on the scene. They will completely cut down this attempt, and poor Wawa Lee, she's taken care of as well.
Oh.
Clean round by Shopify. And
yeah.
Alexis, I mean, I thought after last year she changed a little bit.
No, Alexis clearly has not changed. Still that same player, was so good back in Berlin, of course, carrying through with Mel into this year as well. But now EDG are going to have that buy round. Very important for them. And we've seen a couple of quicker rounds from them, but domestically, EDG were so patient, sitting in their spawn. They're the slowest team to plant the spike at this event by 6 whole seconds.
But the thing is, that could come at a cost against a comp like this. If you're not pulling out that stall utility, you might end up in late rounds like we've seen already where you're running into that util.
Yeah, EDG famous for planting with like 15 or fewer seconds on the clock. So they're going to have to deal with that, especially with this Killjoy setup on B. I believe one of those mollies was already broken out on the B site. And that is a little softer, although 2 players from Shopify now rotating over to cover.
Fluorescent holding this line in short, yet to make an engagement yet. For the long-awaited prospect, and she has her chance now. Blue on the other side, not clearing the angle. It's a tag, and Floor gets out.
Yeah, big damage as well, and quick rotates potentially to come in from Alexis and Mel. As the dog clears out mid, they know there's not a lurk there. So Shopify can be comfortable to stack this A site for the next 15-20 seconds.
And this is what you'll see a lot from EDG when they play at home. These slow 4-1s, where they just stall out in the mid-round and go for these very late hits. But Shopify seems very aware of this A re-hit.
Flash does not get a ping. It was just dodged away from Wawa Lee, and that's going to cause Mel to rotate back over towards B. It's a gamble off of not hitting the flash, but the second flash comes through. That's clutch from Alexis to keep 3 players on this site.
The stun misses. The util a little unbalanced. Now Blue will make her attempt to dive into this site. A smoke in the back lines. Clem coming up around as his Viper Orb is going to prove critical for Shopify to isolate the kills towards short. That's a gun recovered for Fluorescent. She could be make or break in this round as EDG slows down.
They can't plant the spike. There's 25 seconds left and 5 players on site. right, Shopify Rebellion are tearing EDG apart. That was such a good re-aggress from Shopify outside of their Viper Orb into Clem's solo short push. And once Shopify took that position, EDG will never be allowed to plant the spike.
It's a Prime Gaming flawless, and it's another classic round from Mel with this mid-round decision making. Pop up that orb, everyone plays in it together, and they realize that short is the weak side of that execute and take such great advantage.
And with this comp, whenever the Viper's in the game, that is the area. You control that lane outside Graffiti, and you choose when to fight through. If you have the Sky Flash, you can maybe fight onto site, into long through that orb. But when you don't, fighting into short and taking that just slashes the hit in its tracks. I think EDG are going to need to find an answer to deal with that.
They absolutely will, and you see this proactivity from Shopify as well. Fluorescent in pretty much every round has been able to get an aggressive line on an extremity.
That A control's been big for stacking into this B site. 3 players here. EDG showed their hand a little bit, again breaking that that molly setup on the B site. So it's just a turret to hold, and Shopify are going to stack that area with bodies so they don't get ecoed here.
And look at Flora continuing to push this advantage. She has so much info right now.
She's feeling confident, and that's what you want to see from Floor here on the big stage. Garage control taken now from EDG, but 2 players already flooded backside.
And here comes that Viper wall again. It is so useful when you're a solo anchor, but no, he's not alone for long. Rotates off fast into this site. Sarah ready in the backlines. Wall falls, and the flash is great to take down Alexis, but no one is watching. Noya's position. She'll cut down 1. And Sarah helps for the others, and again, it's one of these same late rounds where EDG is fractured, and the last few players get picked to pieces in the final moments of the rounds, but Clem making something out of this.
Yeah, reminding us all that we got the shots in. Floor will close out the round. Easy breezy for Shopify, but EDG are going to be piecing together what is going wrong in these rounds. For the 8th hit, it was the short control. Now in 2 CXX that were primarily through Garage, it was the molly coming out from Sarah, that snake bite. They're running through it every time. They feel pressured to blitz out onto the site, but it's really causing them problems. Both the chip damage and the vulnerability applied has isolated just that Jet player dashing into sight from the rest of the team stuck Garage.
Floor has an op into this round now. How does that change the way that EDG have to attack?
Well, it means you have to be a whole lot more respectful, right? That Sova drone has to be saved if you're going to re-clear into that sewers line. The line we saw Floor take all the way back in round number 2. It means you have to be very concerned of those elevated positions, top B site, so it makes it a little tougher for maybe you're a Killjoy player to solo lurk up into B. You need buddy system and you need effective utility to clear those common angles.
And already a timeout being taken from the side of EDG. Remember, this is their first big international trip as a team. They are still very new together. So I imagine this is more focused on getting those nerves under control.
Yeah, also, Coach Schweishwei just calls the earliest timeouts I have ever seen in GC.
It'll be like round 3.
I saw a round 2 timeout called after halftime, and you get to talk to your team during halftime. Like, the second he sees something, he's going to come in and make that apparent. And I think already it is, how do we save paranoia to clear that area of Graffiti when it is going to be those A hits, and maybe for the C hits, going heavier into long, but I'm seeing a new Viper wall already. Again, just heavy stall on site. It's less about flooding onto the C site, but it gives them an extra element of garage control.
Yeah, it'll further punish that Jet player of blue when she's trying to dash in, as she's been getting shut down a lot already in this game.
And Floor's going to be posted behind it, so maybe showing that wall has a bit of a different look. She's playing really deep on the right side of that elevated angle, so it's not until you scale up really far that you run into this op.
Is this our chance for the first fluorescent round? She's got 1. Will she re-swing dash? So Prox misses the shot on a double. Can she go for more there? Paranoia is in. She'll hide in the cloudburst for a moment as Noya takes the flak. Floor for another. It's 2-4-2 trades the site taken for EDG.
Just insane. Fluorescent gets that last second kill, but now 3-on-3. Let's look at the retake utility. Simu only has the 1 flash available. Alexis is going to have the dog, and Mel is going for the long flank. There is a Killjoy turret that is online that should spot her out, but she might just go for the ego fight anyways.
It's very possible, and is that Killjoy turret going to be broken? It will. That's information, but now she reflanks through Garage, but here comes the proactivity. EDG getting aggressive in the post, but that molly is perfect. It cuts off Simu, but she still wins the fight. It's massive. Still, Alexis there to even the odds yet again for Shopify Rebellion. They'll go through Garage now. Clem low on HP. Wawa out in the open. Mel takes care of her. It's a double for the leader, and Shopify up to 5 on the trot.
Yeah, uncharacteristic miss out of Wawa Lee there. I think you can feel it just a little bit. No flash, no nothing, but Mel Mel goes to that wide swing, wins the fight, and recovers the operator. A huge win for Shopify Rebellion. It's no surprise they're starting off strong. I think a lot of teams, or a lot of fans, even seeing the NA #2, would have them as favorites to win this event with the raw history and firepower that they have. But EDG have to buckle down very, very quickly and feel comfortable on stage. That was an even fight, and I like the decisions they made fighting in towards defender spawn. But once again, it is Sarah's snake bites that are ruining their day.
This really is a super team when you think about it. At the beginning of this year, this was the best possible talent from North America put together with that Cloud9 core. And any one of these players will have games like the one Sarah has gotten started.
All right, so round 6. It is another buy round for EDG. 2 orbs away from Similu's ultimate, 1 off of Clem. So we're getting close to a couple of power ults, and they're really focused on this garage. But again, they have to bait out those snake bites before they go for it.
Or
they're ulting Spawn.
Isn't here, and look at this play. Houston alone, but help is on the way. Blue is in trades, stay in favor of EDG, but Noya has arrived just in the nick of time, and she regains control of CT, which means this lockdown can be invested. Aggression from Wawa Lee. She wants to get ahead of this one, and Fluorescent misses another shot that gives Wawa the chance to run.
It means they have to retreat long, but Mel has smokes. They can't play this comfortably from this far back. 2 smokes as well. They can hold it forever. End of paranoia. EDG have nothing.
Does it really just come down to the spam? Can they get that lucky shot, or will Floor pick him off from range? The operator posted on the perfect angle, and the mollies will miss out. Not going to deny any time here. Noya's just going to stick this one through. Where's the spam? Can it find her? She's gotten it half. She'll tuck away. Floor connects a shot, and towards the long, it doesn't feel a chance in hell to get this one done as Noya holds it down for Shopify Rebellion.
Just nothing you can do there from EDG. Wawa Lee makes the decision to try and go for the fight, to actually push on in and make that one happen. And Shopify in the post plant just a little bit too strong. Floor jumping up for that elevation with the operator is just way too much for EDG to deal with, swinging into so many different lines.
Let's spin positive for EDG here. They have 2 of the biggest ults in their comp available here with that Rolling Thunder and that lockdown to get into a comfortable post
enemy remaining.
That they do. Another day at the office there for Noya. And yeah, no chance to really come back in here and figure it out. We'll see what they have in store for us. I think it's starting out with a little bit of a default, getting pinged by the Sky Flash over towards A, where it's actually a 4-stack from Shopify. They want to fight so early on here and catch EDG before they can use those power ults.
And that's a full re-clear of A, which means it's likely to have rotates on the way to help out just Noya on the other side. For now, they might actually want to push through this flank.
Yeah, it looks like Shopify are going to go for that 3-player flank, right? You know, you expect to have that Killjoy ultimate and then potentially being fought into towards your own spawn. So I like that idea, or even just flushing out into mid.
Every time this alarm bot has been activated, it's been a committal. Shopify knows what's coming, and they'll pop Seekers and go fast through the flank.
Yeah, Noya actually was the one that picked up the op, swapped it over, so they could go for that flank. The Seekers as well, fully clearing Garage, and EDG are on a mission towards spawn.
They have to flip the map here, and they have to win out over Noya. But that's a tough task, because she's picked up Fluorescence Operator, and she's holding this line. Doesn't hit the shot, though, and is pushed even further away. But on the other side, this flank is being activated, and look how far they're going.
Yeah, Mel drops a smoke deep. 2 players isolated in spawn, and it's an ult back site. Sarah gets the kill down there, and it's not fully planted for spawn.
They are eons away from this spike, and with that smoke in play, it's a wide swing for Noya. Disgusting work from the Dane, and the sticks coming through. There's nothing that Wawa Lee can do.
This is wild to see. I mean, back-to-back ults. Shopify win that one, but these Omen ults are crazy. Like actual TikTok ults going into the back lines, going for those massive flanks. I liked EDG's idea in the previous round, but again, there, Shopify on the fly. Mel just slams it, and it adds that extra layer that you would not have seen in the previous composition with the Harbor.
And that's both those big ults used for no avail. What a round. Think about the amount of times that they had to pivot the idea. Okay, we're fast flanking. Now they're flipping the map. Now we're adjusting behind a lockdown. That is the experience you get from an IGL like Mel, to stay calm and make the right decisions in those moments.
Honestly, those wide swings are just eating EDG up. They have to be able to react. Floor now back with the operator in hand. No more push, but we'll post on this very common angle. Dog spots out just the one. Doesn't see Jet, but I think it's a fair guess that it would be there. The miss does end up coming in, but still EDG haven't claimed too much space. They're still playing around C. It looks like Yusin wants to take that fight. She's a very aggressive, confident player. You'll see her go on lurks, go for ego fights consistently. That was a staple in a lot of their Haven wins domestically.
Slower round here from EDG. Clem will again try and work her way up and break this utility towards B, but Sarah, ever on the move with this Viper utility, is in a good spot to shut any of that down as EDG Well, again, prod towards garage.
But there's no one behind it. It's just a little bit of it's a bit of a fake now, and Shopify have bitten on it a number of times. Alexis back over towards A, and they hear the flash, so now the stack should be able to move.
Yeah, rotate's already coming in, and it's Fluorescent to hold. First shot is good. She'll pop the blades. Floor's feeling it on the big stage, but where is the rest of EDG? It's so delayed. Shopify is rotating in more defenders. The blades are going wide, but can Alexis get it done? 2 kills already. Low HP on Simu and information onto Wawa as well. Doesn't have to be Lexi. The team's there in time. Shopify looking indomitable.
No one can solve that graffiti position. Shopify eating it up every single time. And now maybe it's some hero rifles for EDG. You're starting to do the math, and 8-0, not a good start. 9-0, maybe you can come back, but I don't know. EDG, they're going to go for actual 2 hero buys, 3 of them as well. Look at that, Usain Blue. It's a Bulldog with armor. They need something. Not even knives to support it here, but they're going to hope they can find anything. They think they need the 4 rounds here to have a chance in the next half.
I think they're right. Have to break this momentum soon. Floor pushed off the line. It's a fast hit into A. And this time, no Viper utility, but who's here? Fluorescent, none other than her, finds a shot already. And into the site, she'll look for another line. It's so swift out of the youngster. And she's not even going to fall. Alexis is there to support. Sarah was always holding down. And that's a nice shot by Wawa. Gets rid of the silliness that Floor was attempting, but it was never going to be around.
I don't know, it got a little goofy there. I have to say, Wawa leave the 3 kills. It requires the power of the shorty to finish it off.
Hey, honestly, if you're on your international LAN debut with all the pressure, get silly. Have some fun up there. Get cozy.
I think you need at least 1 shorty kill and at least 1 knife kill before it's a job well done. A win's not enough. Oh, are you going to disagree with me? Okay. I don't know. I like this finish coming in. Look at that, the style. Legs tucked up underneath Sarah.
Great form.
Bam.
Ready for the Olympics.
Yeah, it's like the diving competition.
Oh.
Yeah, cannonball.
Second timeout for EDG now. They really need to arrest this fall.
What do they have to work with? I mean, Sova ult is now online. It's triple Bulldog for them as well, which they need to be slamming at this point. Now, every time, I feel like we've seen a couple of funky walls coming through from Shopify out of these timeouts. So it was like that flat wall over towards C and B. On the pistol was the flat wall on A, just guarding those entrances. And I also, at the same time, think that EDG have been playing much quicker than we saw from them domestically. Like, I'm seeing them doing their homework, coming in with different ideas to make it happen. But when it comes to them actually executing into a site, that has felt a little bit rushed at times to me. And they've been getting eaten alive by the snake bites. And also, the paranoias from Mel have been money.
Yeah, they absolutely have. And you remember that interview at the beginning from Wawa Lee where they want to change their strategies, come in with new ideas in the draft. And I think we're seeing some of that, but the execution and the adaptation from Shopify has been so good that so often we're seeing the first few players in being utterly staggered out by this Viper utility.
Yeah, and look, when I was watching EDG coming to this event, like some of their coolest rounds were these like B execs that turned into either A or C splits. And I'd love to see them get a little bit more off the wall with what Shopify is doing. I'd love to see them get into that B site, which has pretty much just been a lot of Killjoy utility to stall it out. They're going for the fight. Floor misses, but that will give long and short control over to EDG if they want to take it.
It seems like Floor has been able to do no wrong in this one. Even when she's not hitting the shots, she's always managed to escape unpunished.
Yeah, I also like the repositions from her. A lot of times Jets will take that fight and then reposition to the other area of the map, but she's just fighting other angles on A. Okay, you beat me on long or I whiff, now I'm on short.
Uh-oh, Noah could be in trouble here. Droned out towards long. She has absolutely no health, but doesn't matter. 1 for 1, that might be good enough because no one here can commit from EDG. They can't react off that.
It's important, though, that Wawa Lee survives with the Hunter's Fury, right? We can afford losing the breach. Okay, losing flashes, that's tough, but we have the ult at least.
Trap play in short. Off of Floor's contact, Alexis flashes around the corner, but it won't be activated. EDG head back towards C.
Wawa Lee doesn't have a drone to play with to clear this close angle. I think if Sarah throws up the wall, a dart back sight would not actually spot her out. So that wall can give her coverage against that utility, and she might eat up a couple of players from that spot.
Dart in. Does Sarah get spotted? Do they clear her? That's the question. And it's not going to see her. Does anyone check Sarah's angle? Absolutely not. 1 kill is through, but it's another 1 for 1 EDG. A comfortable post punt.
But Wawa Lee dies. No more Hunter's Fury. They have to fight for it. I like the spot Clem has in garage. That control funnels SR into one line.
The revolving door. The operator goes to Melange this time on this retake. And Floor, no dash. Does have smoke, so to break these lines of sight. And a paranoid from Mel as well. That is the go sign. You've seen will be able to counter back, and they're stalled towards spawn for the moment. This could be the first round for EDG. Out through the smoke, Alexis falls, floor wheel trade, and it's all on her. 1v2. Time dwindling, and look at that teleport. Reposition all the way into the back lines, and Floor thought she had finished the job, but she hadn't. Clem finds the first round for EDG.
An important round win here. EDG have arrived in Brazil. We'll see what they've got for us.
And you can see for the crowd, you gotta get behind a team like this, even when they're struggling. It's just fun to watch them up there.
I mean, it starts out just 1-for-1 trades. It was an incredibly close round. Even here, Sarah, once she swings out, ends up getting tagged by that dart. But Yusin going for that TP in deep. Yusin would get a little bit wild, and I actually saw in that moment, like, Mel was checking that B site because Yusin always loves to go for these late rewraps through that B site. Shopify have done their homework, but now EDG are here to play.
That they are. That Hunter's Fury is still online. It's a big tool to try and actually build something off that first round win.
Clem actually has the operator in hand, just looking for a fight down on C, if it might exist there. But so much stall with the Killjoy putting double mollies on the C site. You have the Viper wall there as well. How do EDG get through? I think their best bet would be droning into that Viper's pit and then maybe activating the Hunter's Fury off of it. But they're really moving the bulk of their force over towards C.
But if they commit into C, look what's there. Viper wall, full Killjoy setup. That's going to be hard to break.
I like this. I think it's going to be a fake off of the drone and the ult, trying to punch out this Viper if they can find it, but the drone doesn't last long enough to make it happen. They're going into the meat grinder.
Here comes those mollies. That wall, can it stop the hit for EDG? First one in, it goes through a single player. Simi Lu, she's taken down. Dash from Blue will help to join, but Alexis, as always, is so quick to aid. Here comes Floor as well. Everyone has arrived for Shopify Rebellion, but Yusin finds an opportunity. Takes down Floor, but where has Noya gotten? She's worked her way up onto a weird angle here as Yusin takes down her teammates all around. It's the paranoia and the swing to perfection. Noya a third in the round, and where is Wawa? She was waiting, lurking her way back around, but Mel is holding this. Can Wawa find the angle? No, it's Mel again.
Absolutely not. Mel comes in and shuts the door in the face of Wawa Lee there. 10-1 to kick it off. And it's just, once again, EDG, it feels like they're running into a brick wall on these side hits. You're pushed away from the Viper's pit, and you're going into Viper still on this side with the wall, and double mollies guarding the entrance. It's something that EDG haven't really seen, because those double mollies, the nanoswarms have just been on B almost every single round. They don't expect it because they don't do early scouting into that C site. It was just an operator playing trying to find a shot, but it never was meant to be. And now we're back again. Noya up in hand on the C site while 4 get aggressive into A.
Flash ready on the other side of this smoke. Fluorescent goes through, and it's a perfect shot onto the first. Poor Blue, stuck in a corner with nothing to do, and Floor will keep it going. They put the leash on her for a moment. She's forced to stall out. Shopify has the spike.
And they're camping on it. Wawa Lee pops Hunter's Fury. That's one ping, and that's a shot down onto Sarah. The thorn in EDG's side has been dealt with.
But look at this position for Mel. She's teleported up onto one of the most uncommon angles in the game here. It's going to be so tough to reclear this without a drone.
Yeah, they have 2 smokes. They have a paranoia, a shock dart, and a couple of nanos. So you could put the nanos in the smokes to try and push in and make so no one can trade out from behind there. But even then, there's a flash coming through. They don't have that much time, 45 seconds, but to get that spike and deal with this corner, they need to act in the next 10 to 15.
Alexis reconfirms, and another smoke just at the right time. Mel actually
Yusin
off that
has
position.
the ultimate. They can just run away and use that.
But they have to get into C, and look who's waiting.
They're sitting on it.
It's the operator of Noya.
Can Yusin wiggle her way into the middle of 3 Shopify Rebellion members?
Shadows traveling.
Remember, 3 is enough to block the ultimate. But have they done it right? Will it work in their favor? Here comes the ult.
How close are they really? It's a test of friendship.
And she
gets it.
Steals it away. Noya gets a shot on the other side, though. And that spike will be planted. Lockdown instantaneous. Noya's just swinging. Not a care in the world. Leaves it all down to poor Yusin. She'll break the lockdown, but the troops have arrived. All 3 from Shopify holding on the site. A flash in her face. Mel holding down. There's no shot she can get this done. Floor, the one to finish. It is a 10-2 half, or excuse me,
11-1.
11-1, even better. I mean, Shopify looking almost.
11-1 is a little bit too good to be true, and yet somehow it is. I mean, Shopify Rebellion are just putting on a bit of a masterclass right now with this comp. Even the operator in the hands of Noya, it's still a phantom at her feet after she takes the first shot, switching it over. The way they held onto the spike was just absolute perfection. Shopify Rebellion are a force to be reckoned with here in Brazil.
It is a beautiful half from Shopify, and I'm sure a lot more praise to come with the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, you guys. And I'm glad you mentioned the comp because, you know, we've seen the Viper Harbor. We know what that can do. But Baby Bay, talk me through the change of the Omen here.
Yeah, so the Omen's getting more and more popular now, and it's just because of the different elevations you could play off of. The Omen flash for the retakes or even the hits to flood in, everything like that. And man, this was just a masterclass. There's so many layers that Shopify was showing. Even from one of the first op rounds that Flora had. She shows A one of the rounds. The next round she's at C, but she's off-angled and having Noya jump spot, so no one thinks the op is there. They think it's a retake with KJ, and then she gets 2. Like the op just being floated around and how Fluorescent is using this. Going for these aggro picks. She didn't always get the first kill when she ran through with smoke and went for it, but she's getting out alive every single time, and I think that's a little bit of nerves coming from EDG.
Yeah, it's such an annoying comp to play against because essentially like Flora's going for those early picks. They're using the util. By the time she's like repositioning, they got a whole refresh, and then they still have that Omen smoke for the retake. So it's incredibly annoying. Whereas if you look on the other side, EDG had to burn everything they could just to push Flora off that early angle.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like every time they're going to C or A, there's this Viper util that just delays you. You're getting chipped by a Viper molly. If you get spammed through a smoke, if a player's using a Phantom, you're dead in like 2 bullets. It's a really, really tough comp to play against, and this is why it is in the meta right now.
Yeah, you know, obviously we saw a lot of at least there were some smiles from EGG at the end, right? Like, I think they realized going into this, listen, like, this maybe isn't a comp that we played against. It's a map that we know Shopify dominates, like, GG go next.
Yeah, I mean,
who knows? Maybe we still got a second half, but it's gonna be tough.
It's not a 13-0.
It's not a 13-0.
It's not a 13-0.
All I'm gonna say is if FlyQuest Raid can come back from a 0-9 on Haven, anything can happen. Am I right, Ender?
Oh, why'd you have to hit me with that Teddy Tactics mentioned? But it's okay. It's okay. We'll see if EDG can make that comeback here versus Shopify. And it's got to start with some aggression here on the pistol round, right? This is the comp that can get really aggro on defense, that breach jet combo, and it's going to be through mid here.
All 3 players posted up, but they're not pushing just yet. You see this wall for Sarah. She's going to get so close to Clem, but a barrel spotted, maybe not in time. Where's the shot? Clem finds it eventually, but Flora's there instantly on the trade. Here comes those 3 players through mid.
Yeah, but look where Noya is. She's a little rat demon sitting back in spawn. There's 3 players about to walk into a crossfire, and the rest of Shopify are coming back to fight with her. But they're all here turning it around. Fluorescent with the 4K on the pistol. It's a 1-on-2. The round is not lost, but Fluorescent just destroyed EDG.
Welcome to Brazil, Flor. She's had her round. 4 kills already. We'll be hunting for the ace in this 2v1 as the C-site is secured for Shopify.
Wawa Lee, it is over without this pistol win. A dart and a couple of shocks, but we'll want to look for this fight as that one player is spotted out or heard out with that dart. The spike being planted.
Mel gets away in long.
I hear some rumbles in the crowd.
A one-way in her face. Wawa, will she take the walk here? Can she find an opening? Mel on the swing, she whips it, and Flor's there for the trade. An ace on the global stage for the long-awaited prospect.
She's here. Welcome to Brazil, Flor. Honestly, cold as ice. It's like, oh, you know, just another round.
Not a reaction.
No reaction.
Another day in the office.
Absolutely. I mean, it starts out with that trade coming through the wall, and then I really like this call from Shopify on the fly. Like, they knew the fight had come out through mid. I believe they'd either heard a flash or some piece of breach utility, and that was the call to come back and re-clear that area, help out Noya, and it was exactly what they needed.
You know, the hype from her team feels good in that moment. So much pressure on a player like that. She is thriving under her head is another ridiculous moment from Fluorescent. Oh, I'm jumping around a corner. That's fine. Win the gunfight anyway. Cool.
Surely she couldn't back-to-back ace.
No.
That just wouldn't be not with EDG forcing up on 12-1.
That's not how they would close out the map, right?
Wait, they just gave her the orb. They want her to pop knives this round.
That's disgusting.
On round 2, Mimi.
I feel sick to my stomach if that happens. For now, I'm fine, right? Because she's not gonna.
But you're about to be sick.
Was that a dink through the?
It was a little bit of that 63 damage.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay.
I don't like the way this is headed, although Noye is going to steal the kill. Stolen from Floor, who is down C long at the moment, but surely would have had it.
And no defenders on the C side. Great work by Blue there. Quick shots on the Judge, but it's a retake with not the best of weaponry here for EDG.
We'll see what they can do. Double flashes on Similu. They've got some weaponry at the hand, but I mean, it's 3 Bulldogs and a Vandal. They're just going to extend all the way back down long. There's no smokes. Double Cloudburst from Blue, so they can try to look for a half stick on that. Maybe there's some angles, but it's going to be so tough. They need fights, and they need them fast.
That they do. All 4 members of Shopify posted a firing line ready to go, and yeah, no smokes available, nothing to block this off Floor. Finds Stu, Bladestorm, come on, pop it. Finish the round.
There we go.
Heal up, and Floor's going to look for more. Dash in there. Let's see it. A 4K to end the game. Why not? Blues around the corner, and well, Alexis steals it.
Alexis!
It's still an excellent map by Shopify Rebellion. 13-1 over EDG to start their international run here in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, in case you were living under a rock for the last year and a half or 3 years, yeah, this core, Mel Alexis, fantastic. Floor as well has been so fantastic, and a 13-1 to start, just beautiful.
It's a beautiful way to get it going for the North American representation, but we'll have to see if EDG has an answer after the break.
Red Bull gives you wings.